Welcome to The Explainer. All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the world of venture capital. We're going to talk about why that perfect 50-page business plan you slaved over, well, it might matter a lot less than you think. And we'll get into what VCs are actually looking for when they're about to write that big check. Now, this might sound a little cynical, but it's really the fundamental secret of the entire VC world. I mean, just think about that for a second. The folks with the money are basically admitting that a lot of the time, they're just guessing. So if it's not about some crystal ball prediction, how in the world do they decide where to put these huge multi-million-dollar bets? What's their secret? What's their hack? Well, it turns out the secret has way less to do with your fancy spreadsheets and a lot more to do with their own psychology. So let's just dive in and break down how they really think. Okay, first things first, let's just shatter a really common myth. We all tend to picture investors as these cold, calculating analysts, right? Just hunched over spreadsheets. But the truth, their decision-making is driven by something far more primal and, honestly, a lot more interesting. Just take a look at this. Founders are pouring all these hours into perfecting every little detail on the left side, but the VCs, they're playing a completely different game over on the right. They're not really reading your 50-page plan, they're reading you. They're not crunching numbers on a precise valuation, they're trying to detect momentum. They're looking for social proof. Really? They're just trying to get a feel for whether this train has already started leaving the station. But why? Why are they so obsessed with this idea of momentum? It's not just a gut feeling, It's actually cold, hard math. And it all comes down to their hunt for one single thing, the unicorn. You see, VCs aren't building some diversified portfolio of safe stocks like you might do with your retirement account. No, they're basically buying a portfolio of lottery tickets. They know full well that most of them are going to be worthless, but they just need one single ticket to hit a massive jackpot. That one winner has to pay for all the losers and then some. So, what does that mean? It means they aren't just looking for good companies. They are structurally forced to hunt for potential legends. And believe me, the odds are absolutely brutal. We're talking a success rate of, roughly 1 in 10. Just think about that. For every single home run, there are 9 other investments that either fail completely or just kind of tread water, going nowhere. That one winner has to carry all that weight. And this quote just nails it. The goal isn't to avoid risk. The goal is to find bets where the downside is limited. I mean, they can only lose what they put in, right? But the upside is potentially astronomical. They're not investing in your current reality. They're buying a ticket to your most outrageous, most insane possible future. Okay, so if we agree that judging startups is incredibly hard, and you're forced to hunt for these super rare, massive outliers, how do you find them? Well, you look for clues. And the single most powerful clue for any investor is seeing what other smart investors are getting excited about. And this, my friends, leads to the psychology of the herd. Right, and this is where basic human psychology just completely takes over. A deal becomes hot, not always because the fundamentals are perfect, but simply because a few respected investors start sniffing around. And boom, suddenly you've got social proof. It's like a signal flare goes up, and that triggers the most powerful force in all of investing, FOMO, the fear of missing out on the next big thing. And this is exactly how that momentum becomes a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. It all starts with step 1. Getting that first, incredibly difficult yes. That one single commitment acts as a signal to everyone else. It creates that FOMO we just talked about, and that triggers a whole cascade of interest. Seriously, that first domino is everything. So, okay, now that we know VCs are basically hardwired to chase momentum, how do you use that to your advantage? Well, this is where you flip the entire script. It's not about you chasing them, it's about making them chase you. This right here is the big strategic shift. You have to stop focusing on how to pitch a VC. Instead, start focusing on creating the kind of evidence that they simply cannot ignore. Your job isn't to convince them with words on a slide. It's to create undeniable traction that just speaks for itself. And really, this is the ultimate truth of it all. Momentum isn't something you can manufacture in a PowerPoint deck. It's not something you find in a super smooth pitch. It's earned. It's earned one user at a time by making something that people genuinely, truly can't live without. Okay, so let's put all these pieces together and really define your core mission as a founder. And here's the twist. If you want to successfully raise capital, you first have to completely forget about raising capital. This is your new playbook. Seriously, forget everything else. Your real job is simple. Make something people want. Then go find those first 10 users, then 100, then 1,000 users who are absolutely obsessed with it. Show that growth, even if it's small at first, because if you can prove that, fundraising stops being a chase. It just becomes a natural byproduct of your success. Trust me, the VCs will find you.
So this is it. This is the one question that should be on your whiteboard. The one you ask your team every single day. Because in a world full of uncertainty, it's the only question that VCs are really, truly trying to answer about you.